Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and to Vlogmas Day 7. So I'm on break from work and so I was like, okay, what do I want to talk to you guys about today? And I had some like stuff kind of rolling through my mind that I figured maybe I would just like talk to you guys and make a video about it, because I don't know, it's just stuff I was thinking about all morning, and really in the last like little while since I started like participating in Vlogmas, it's been kind of overwhelming, not just like putting these videos out, like just the actual sheer amount of work involved with like just constantly having to be like on top of it in order to like get these videos out, but also because like just being so hyper aware of like what kind of content I'm making, right? And what I'm actually exposing and putting out there for all of you guys. And it kind of got me thinking about like this whole, you know, this whole time of year, consumerism, conforming, all these things that, you know, this time of year can be really triggering for a lot of people. And I think one of the reasons why I decided to like throw myself full force into doing Vlogmas this year was because I knew it was going to be a really hard Christmas for me. I lost my dad in August. I've talked about that before on my channel. And so for my whole family, it's going to be very, very different, and not, like, you know, who knows how it's actually going to all play out, like, no idea. So I think it probably started as like something to keep me like busy, right? And to keep me kind of like my mind occupied, and also just to keep me, you know, from thinking about things that might be kind of painful to think about at this time of year. So anyway, back to like kind of like just, I don't know, it can be, I know it can be frustrating. Like I'm a small YouTuber. I've only been around for like not even a year on YouTube, and you know, I really, when I got into it, I really went like full force. Like I knew the kind of content I wanted to create. I knew what kind of channel I wanted to make and be and present, because of, you know, to do with fashion, because it's always just been a passion of mine. And I love watching other YouTubers, plus size YouTubers. It's been so eye-opening when it comes to like, you know, expanding my wardrobe and kind of like pushing me out of my comfort zone, all those things. So, you know, but when it comes to making videos like this for Vlogmas and stuff, it's like I'm putting more of myself out there, more of like who I am personally, like as a person, right? As opposed to just, you know, talking about clothes and talking about fashion or talking about makeup, you know, that specific kind of niche, which is what I really focused on for, I mean, 80% of my time has been like focused on that. Those videos are generally a lot easier to make because, you know, I'm talking about that specific, and I'm not like making myself vulnerable, right? I'm not like making myself kind of like putting myself out there in a way like, you know, talking about family or talking about like, I don't know, just different things like to do with like, as again, who I am. So it kind of got me thinking about authenticity on this platform. You see a lot of people, especially a lot of YouTubers that have gotten quite popular, all the like the big names out there, especially like in this, I mean, not just in this specific, you know, genre of content, but also, you know, in all different, you know, corners of the internet when it comes to whatever. If you're like a content creator or whatever, there's so much, there definitely is a lot of authenticity, but there is also so much conforming that goes on. And I think I'm kind of like at this point in what I'm talking about. I might be all over the place with what I'm talking about today because there's a lot of different things that I was thinking about, but right now I'm probably speaking more to like the rest of, you know, if there's any other small YouTubers out there that are watching this, which I'm sure there are some, or quite a few. But one thing I think, I mean, my advice might not be much, because I am also a small channel, but one thing that I would probably say to you guys is hold on to your individuality and what makes you you. You know, I know so many people hold off on starting channels or putting themselves out there because they don't have the right equipment, they don't have the right lighting, they don't have the right background, they don't have the right setup, all those things. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, if I want to go watch a video with like the perfect white and gray decor scheme and rose gold accents, I'm not going to seek out the small YouTuber that's also doing that. You know, everybody else is doing that. So I mean, that's just like one example, because it's literally everywhere. But there's so many things that you can do to really just showcase who you are, and you know what makes you special and what makes you unique. Because for myself, you know, it doesn't matter what I do when it comes to, I mean, because I get caught in that trap too. Like, you know, should I get a better camera? Yeah, probably. You know, I still film on my phone. You know, should I redecorate so that, you know, I look the part more, that I fit in better, that all these things? No, you know, I don't, because if I did that, no one's going to come to my channel for that, because there are way bigger and better YouTubers out there that do that, right? So nobody's going to come and watch my channel for that. So, and when I'm watching small YouTubers, because to be honest with you guys, I watch more small YouTubers and small YouTube channels than I do the big ones. I'm just going to put it out there. I really do. I don't, you know, show my subscriptions on my channel, just because, I don't know. I just do. I like to be like a quiet, like, observer of what goes on, but I watch way more small YouTubers than big YouTubers. I mean, I do have my, you know, my favorites that I watch, like, that are like in like the bigger grand scheme of things. But when it comes to content, the majority of the content that I watch in this genre is small YouTubers, you know, with like less subscribers than me, around the same subscribers as me, that kind of thing. That's who I really like, that I focus on, because I find that with small YouTubers, there's still a lot of individuality there, and there's a lot of uniqueness to their content, because they haven't blown up and they don't have the kind of money to, you know, conform and make their space just like everybody else's. Because I don't need any more of that, you know. Like I'm, you know, my feed is saturated with that. You know, if I want to watch, you know, another Target haul on, you know, holiday decor, you know, there's only so many of those that I can watch before I'm, you know, I'm tapped out. Like I want to see something else. So I guess, you know, maybe this is just kind of like, and I'm not speaking to anybody. There's nobody in particular that triggered this video. I'm kind of speaking to myself, and also to you guys, just kind of as a, you know, as like a word of encouragement, that keep doing what you're doing, and continue to do what makes you you, because that's the only way that you'll go anywhere. You know, this market is so saturated. There are so many people doing what we do, but also doing, like, everybody is doing the same stuff. And it almost feels like the bigger you get, the more you have to conform in order to, especially once you know, if you're actually doing this to make a living, you know, there are certain, you know, there are probably certain sacrifices you have to make when it comes to like your own integrity sometimes, I'm sure, because, you know, your livelihood depends on it or whatever. But the more you can kind of hold on to that individuality, I think the further you can actually go and roll with that, probably the more you'll hold on to it in the end, even if, you know, there are certain things that you eventually have to, like, you know, say goodbye to as you grow or as you get bigger. But, you know, I'll never compete with a 24-year-old, 25-year-old. That's kind of where the majority of the people in this, you know, in this genre of, you know, YouTube, that's kind of like the age range that they fall in. And I'll never compete with that because I'm not getting younger. I'm only going to get older. You know, like, I'm not like, I mean, that's just the reality of it. So I think I just have to just, you know, continue to also encourage myself to just be who I am and, you know, and just roll with that, because, you know, nobody else can do that. Like, nobody else can be who I am and do the things that I do. But there are so many, like, but if I were to conform, no one would watch me anymore, because there's 1,000 people that do that better than me. Do you guys kind of get what I'm saying? I don't know. It was just something that was on my mind. And, you know, the other thing too is, one thing I kind of wanted to put it out there. I know that, like, Vlogmas, like I said, this time of year can be really triggering for people. And so this is just kind of to everybody watching this channel. I feel you, like, I'm with you, and I don't really know, you know, the right words to kind of help in that situation, but I do know that it's hard. And also, you know, watching so much consumption happening and the whole consumer mentality that goes into this time of year can also be really, really hard, especially if you can't participate in that, if you don't have the money, if you don't have, you know, like the you know, any of the means to actually, you know, keep up, you know, because a lot of times we feel like we have to keep up with everybody else, you know, we have to, you know, and that's hard. That's really hard sometimes. Just know that, you know, there won't be, I was thinking about that today, there will not be a what I got for Christmas video on this channel. Don't you worry. I find those to be the worst videos. I don't mind watching someone who's spent $2,000 on clothing and hauls it for me and shows me a bunch of pieces. I have no problem with that. But once people start, you know, doing those what I got for Christmas videos, I'm so turned off. I'm sorry if that offends people, but I get so turned off by that because it can be a really, really hurtful thing to a lot of people to watch, because not only are they possibly showing you all these, you know, extravagant and, you know, gifts that aren't necessarily, it's not necessarily the dollar amount associated with it, but kind of like the, oh, look at me and look how loved I am. That can be really hard for people, really, really hard for people, you know, because they're measuring their worth based on what someone has, you know, bestowed upon you. And I just, I find that just to be a really, 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 I just hate those videos. So don't worry, that will not be part of Vlogmas. That will never happen on this channel. And I don't know. I don't know if this video has even made any sense. I don't even know if I've gotten everything out that I wanted to say. I just felt like saying something and talking to you guys about stuff, and just, I don't know. So I hope you guys are having a good day. This is probably going to be it for Vlogmas Day 7. This is crazy, but it's true. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.